variables. So what are different type of variables we have? So there are three different type of variables we have. One is local variable, static variable, non-static variable. So one is local variable, static variables, non-static variable. And local variables, so mainly called, if you declare any variable inside the method body or block body, then those variables are called local variables. So read this statement multiple times, so you will get a better idea here. If you declare any variable inside the method body or block body, then those variables are called local variables. So that means it is method structure I have given to you, right? So access modifier, if it is a static method, static keyword, void, method name, parenthesis, curly braces, start. That body inside, if you write or if you declare any variable, that variable is called local variable. So local variables where you will declare inside the method body or block body. Inside the method body or block body. That is the local variable means. So local variables are accessible in the same method only. Local variables are accessible in same method only. You can access them in the same method. So where you can access them? Local variables are accessible within the same method body only or block body. Wherever you declared, there only you can use these local variables, not outside the method. So what is the variable declaration syntax? I already given just now. What is the variable declaration syntax?
Data type variable name equal to value for.
Okay, that is assignment with assignment, but so we can only declare also, but local variables are always initialized or assigned a value. Without initialization, you cannot use local variables. You must initialize a value for the local variables. So every point should be in your mind. This every point, if you are clear with these points, then you're good with the variable concept. And this variable concept is very, very useful in the next all levels of Java and Selenium. So see, local variables are allocated memory in stack memory. Hence, these are called stack variables. So where is this? Where is this? All these memory areas. So that is what I want to cover. JVM architecture. I'll cover JVM architecture now. So let me explain. So please pay attention. This is the crucial topic. Okay. CoreJava introduction. So the architecture of JVM, you should understand the memory areas and all. I'm going to give you very, very clearly. So this is the architecture of JVM. So JVM is a Java virtual machine. So every machine is going to have a JVM. When you install Java, JVM will be a part of that. So JVM is used to execute your code. Basically, your code will be executed there. That's the JVM. So how it will execute. And here, if you see, so JVM has a, the architecture. So this is the virtual machine that runs on Java programs. Basically, it runs the Java programs. Basically, it executes the Java programs inside the JVM. So it is basically an abstract machine. So that enables to run your program. If you want to run your program, the code will run inside the JVM machine. So what are all the components are there in JVM? There are many components. So this is the class loader component. So this first box is the right. This is the class loader, first component of JVM. Then second component is a memory areas. These are all memory areas. Second box is the right. This is the memory areas. What are the memory areas we have? Method area, heap area, stack area, PC register, native method stack. So what are the memory areas? 5 memory areas. What are the 5 memory areas? This method area is also called class area. This method area also called class area. This is the heap area, heap memory, and stack memory, PC register, native method stack. So these are the 5 memory areas. I was talking on these memories only here now in the variables. Now the local variables, where it will store? Which memory they will store? Huh? Stack memory. Local variables store in which memory?
Stack memory.
Stack memory. Here it is. Here it is. Stack memory. All the temporary data or local data will go and store in this stack memory. In this stack memory, it will go and store. So that's the local variables always. Which area they will store?
Stack memory, sir.
Stack memory. So once the method execution is over, the local variables will be destroyed from the stack memory. That means method execution is over. Later, local variables won't be available. You cannot find them anymore. That's why you cannot use local variables in another method. That is the reason. If you understand this point, so one method local variables, you should not call them in another method. You won't call them in another method. If you know this point, why they are not available in another method, you cannot call them, is because they are not available in the memory at all. If it is available only, you can use it, right? If it is not available, you cannot use it. The reason is they will clean up. Method execution over, they won't be available in the memory. So that is the reason, and the local variables are not accessible in another outside the method also. That's what this point I'm covering here. If you understand this point, and automatically you can remember this point. So only same method inside you can use, but not outside the method. That's the local variables. So local variables, so you can assign always one value for the local variables. And local variable syntax is, see that, data type, variable name equal to value. So don't confuse with the default. This syntax you will write in the method body inside. Method body inside, you are not going to use any access modifiers. Okay, please pay attention. Method body inside, when you are declaring a variables, you should not allow to use any access modifier keywords. Please keep this point in mind. So that's why directly it starts with the data type. Your local variable directly starts with the data type, but where you need to declare, that's the main point. See here, I have given here. Where you need to declare local variables?
Inside the body.
Inside the method body.
Inside the method body. This is the crucial point. If you remember this crucial point, your life is going to be very easy in the variables and programming. So all this theoretical should be in your mind so that you won't make program mistakes. And then, so that always the local variable starts with the data type only, then variable name, then you can assign a value. Or you just declare, later you can assign. That's also fine, but same method only you have to assign later. You can declare, but not necessarily you have to assign same line. Another line, next line, maybe you can assign a value. That also possible. So another very important point, you can apply the final keyword for the local variables. Only one modifier keyword you can use for the local variables is final keyword only. Can I use a static keyword for the local variables?
No, sir.
That means you are not listening my points.
No, sir,
Only
not
one
yet, sir.
person is answering you. What I told here, you can use only final modifier keyword. That means what? You should not use other modifier keywords. Only one modifier keyword is allowed for local variables, that is final only. That means, can I use static and static keyword?
No, sir.
No,
Only
sir.
can use final only.
No. Can I use abstract keyword?
No, sir.
No, sir. Only final.
No modifier keyword is allowed for the local variables, only final. Sir, there are two types of local variables again, normal local variable, final local variable. Then what is the difference between both of them? There is a difference.
Final only, sir.
So here, this variable value you can change at any point of time. But if you use a final keyword, the meaning itself it is telling the word final. Whatever the value you assign, that's the final. You cannot change it. But here, you assign, for example, int I equal to 5. In the next line, I can change I value to 10. That is possible with a normal local variable. But if I made a final long L equal to 100, always L value is going to be 100 only. You cannot change it. If you change, it will throw error for you. Is this clear between final and normal variables, normal local variable?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear, sir.
Final variable value cannot be changed once you assign. You cannot assign a new value for that variable. That's a fixed constants. Constants, if you want to declare, you will use a final keyword. That value cannot, nobody can change. If you make the variable as a final, nobody can touch that. That's the final means. It's a final. No value can be changed. And here is the examples for local variables. So public class, local variable demo. See the method access modifier, static keyword, void, method name, parenthesis, curly bracket. See the method body inside, I am declaring a local variable. What is the syntax? Data type, variable name equal to value. Am I following that below? See that. What is the data type? Int.
Indeed.
Variable name X. Assignment operator. Then what is the value? 10. Did I follow this syntax or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then my
sir.
life is so easy to declare variables, right? Now here X is the local variable. Why it is a local variable? I'm saying It is declared
Inside
inside
the
the
body.
method body. And I can use it. This X I can use later, wherever I want. See, I'm using here in the print statement. I can use here also. See, one declaration one time only, but consuming you can use n number of times in the same method. So even long L equal to 20. So L is a local variable. And Boolean B equal to L greater than X. What is the output you will get?
True, sir.
True. So true you will get. Okay. So L greater than X. So that's the method ending. So can I use this? How many local variables are there in this method? Can you tell me? How many
Two, sir.
local variables are in this method now?
2 variables.
2 variables. No.
See
Only.
properly. See
3, sir.
properly.
3,
3,
sir.
sir.
So don't be hurry, okay? So what are the 3 variables?
Sorry, integer, long, boolean.
Long Boolean.
Those are not variables, ma. Hey, why you are not following the formula? I don't
types.
understand here.
X,
This is very,
L,
very
and B.
one here.
XLB.
Why is what is the problem? Why you are not following this formula? And if you follow this formula, you can tell the variable name, right? What is the variable name here? So follow this. This is the, what is this? Int.
Data type.
Data types.
Then
Data
why are
type.
you saying is a variable?
X.
Data types are not variables. That means you didn't understand data type concept then. Data types are different, variables are different. So data type is integer. Variable name is X. Then here data type is a long. Variable name is
L.
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 Here data type is a Boolean. Variable name is
B.
B. And that's here very clearly it is there. The syntax is there. Many people, they blindly, they will not follow that. I don't know why. So why you people are not following? The reason behind that? Any reason? See that? Very, very clear, right? See that? If you follow this, and how clear it is. Simple, right?
Okay.
Then that's why I'm always suggest formulas. Your life is going to, you don't need to remember all these things. You know data types, you know how to give variable name, and the assignment operator I told you, and what value you want to store, you know. It's all, this is how you need to know. Remember only formula, not the, no, you should not know, depends on all the syntaxes. Main thing is this one. This is the one. But where you have to see where it is declared. See, it's in the method. It's in the method inside. That's why it is a local variable. That's why it is a, all these are local variables, local variables, local variables. Are you clear on the local variables?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Again, repeating one more time. Local variables are declared inside the method body or block body. That's a simple sentence. And where you can access them? In the same method body only, not outside the method. Can I use this X in another method, M2 method?
No, sir. Not you.
No, sir.
Can I use L in the M2 method?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So that's the point. You have to remember that. If you remember this point, And in the WebDriver, that's going to be very, very helpful for you. See, these basics are very, very crucial in the next coming classes. That's why I'm stressing and telling more number of times. And local variables will store in which memory?
Stack memory, sir.
Stack memories.
Stack memory
memory.
area. Stack memory. Stack memory, where what will happen when the method execution is over? So method starts here, right? Method starts here. Method ends here. When the cursor reaches this end curly bracket, that means method ending over. Method execution is over. What will happen? All these local variables. So
Or
in this
destroyed,
Will
sir.
be
memory,
destroyed.
from this
Destroyed.
memory, they will be cleaned up. They will be cleaned up. From this stack memory, they will clean up. So that's a frame it will create a one frame. See the stack frame like this, multiple stack frames it will create. So each variable, local variable, method, object reference, all this. So method call, this is the one method call, another method call, another method call. Each method call will be one frame. And that frame inside that method, local variables will store in this frame. So once the method is over execution, this frame will be cleaned up from the stack. Like our Godon, when you move out, it will be over, right? That product won't be there inside that. Same way here, the method execution is over, that will be cleaned up from the frame, from the stack memory. So that's the main how it will goes up. So that's why data won't be there in the stack memory. That's why you cannot use that local data in another method because of this reason only. Are we good? Shall I move on to the next? What is the
Yes,
local
sir.
variable syntax?
So data type, variable
Data
name,
Data type
Variable
variable
name.
name equal to value.
value.
So which modifier keyword you can apply on the local variables?
Final, sir.
Final.
Finals.
Can you use a static?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No,
Can you use access modifiers?
No, sir. Only
No,
final.
sir.
only final access.
So that's clear, right? Shall I move
Yes.
now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Instance variables are non-static variables. Instance, non-static. Instance variables means instantly allocate memory for them, not when you declare them. That's an instance means. Non-static, that means it's not a static. Static won't be there. See that? That's why please catch these catchy words. If you understand the wordings, easily you can tell that what is meant by that. Everything is English meaning. How you will understand that meaning is based on that you can easily, express your, understanding. See that non-static. What is meant by that? Non-static means it's not a static. It's a dynamic. So where you can declare these non-static variables and instance variables. If you declare any variable outside the method and inside a class without static keyword, then that variable is called instance variable. Again, repeating, until you understand the statement, don't move to the next statement. Read one more time. See that if you declare any variable outside the method, so this is a very important point, and inside a class without a static keyword, then that variable is called instance variable. See how meaningful this line. That statement tells you how to declare a non-static variable for you. Then, okay, you declared where you can access them, where you can access that.
Inside class, sir.
See that? Not inside a class, but okay, yeah, good. But see this, non-static variables are accessible within any non-static method only. Non-static variable you can use in non-static method only directly. Non-static variable in non-static methods. Non-static variables are not accessible within any static method. Static method inside you cannot access them. Static method inside you cannot access them. That means you declare non-static variables, but you cannot use them in the static
Static
methods. So there is because why you cannot use static memory, different memory area, non-static memory, different memory area. So here it is. Non-static will store in this heap memory area. So where the non-static variables and non-static methods will store? In this heap memory area. When they will allocate memory? When you create object at a runtime. If you don't create object, you declared the variables and methods, non-static variables and non-static methods, but you didn't create object. Then will the memory allocate for them? No. Answer is no. You declared a non-static variable. You declared a non-static methods. Will the memory allocate for them in the heap area? No, not at all. They will allocate memory only at runtime when you create object for the class. If you create object for the class, that time only the memory occupies here. For that instance variables and instance methods, all will come and store in this one memory will create for them here. So that's the non-static variables. See, very, very clearly I mentioned here. So instance variables are allocated memory on the heap. Since the instance variables are allocated memory in the heap, for every object, see, please pay attention. For every object, a separate copy of instance variable will be created in the memory. A separate copy will be created in the memory. For example, I created 5 objects. In the heap, 5 memories will create here. 5 memories will create. One memory. Another memory. Another memory. Every time you create object, a new memory will create. So each memory inside same variables will go and store. Same variables will go and store. Same variables will go and store in the each memory. Each memory address is different. This 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 memory address is different. If you want to access this memory address reference you have to use. If you want to use this memory has a one address. That address you have to use. This memory has a one address. You have to use that memory address. So this memory address variables and methods, if you want to call this reference dot that variable and method you have to call. Srivan, you got it now? Yesterday you created object for the class.
Yes.
Object reference dot method you called. This is the one here.
Okay.
For same class, you can create n number of objects. Each time you create a new object, it will create a memory here. It will create a memory here. Each time you create object, it will create another memory here. Each memory is independent, not same. Not same. Even though same class you are creating object, but those are not same. Every object address is different address it will allocate. That's why every object is unique, not common. That's why, so non-static will store only in the heap area at runtime when you create object for the class. So that's a non-static variables thing. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, if you don't assign any value for the non-static variables, default values will be assigned by JVM for the data type based. For example, if it is a integer, 0 will be the default value. If it is a float and double, 0.0 is the default value. Even if you don't give also for a float, 0.0 will assign. If you don't give any value for integer, 0 will assign. If you don't give any value for boolean, false will assign. If you don't give any value for object, so null will assign. If you don't give any value for a string variable, null will be assigned. So the default values will be assigned to the non-static variables. Okay. And so instance variables are allocated memory at the time of creating the object only. So these all points are very, very crucial. Please understand them. And non-static variable syntax is, see, access modifier, data type, variable name equal to value. That's why I'm telling, see, local variables are data type, it is starting. There is no access modifier. But when it comes to instance variables, access modifier, data type, variable name equal to value semicolon. So then final variable syntax, final non-static variable syntax, access modifier, final, data type, variable name equal to value. Then what is the difference between this and this one? Again, same. What I told you, final means, final is constant, fixed.
Constant.
It doesn't change value. You cannot change value. So now, for example, S4 I assign Java. In the next line, can I change S4 value to some other value? No, you cannot change. Once you assign, that's a fixed. Now, so this is the non-static variables and final non-static variable syntax. Are we good? See that? First we created a class. So class below we are declaring. So they write always syntax. Then follow that. Access modifier. You give whatever the access modifier you want. Then what is the next? Data type. See? Next data type. Then variable name. Then assignment operator. Then value. So your life is easy if you follow the syntax. If you are not following, write this syntax you write while writing time also. Write the syntax as a comment and then practice. Then, so see, very, very easy. See, first this one you give, you know the access modifiers, right? Now you know the data type, right? You know the data type, right? And you know the variable name, how to give and value. So easy if you follow this syntax. Okay. So that's the, see that I'm declaring few. So even B also same data type, same access modifier you want to give, just give comma. Not necessary again writing one more line, same line you can continue. So B equal to 30. That means A and B both same data type, same access modifier. So the values only you can give different. So this is how this is the A and B are the instance variables. Why instance variable? Where you declared? See outside the methods, below the class, without static keyword. That is called instance variable. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Clear.
So I want tomorrow, this one all I will ask, every person has to explain. You have to share your screen and write and send it to me. Write and show me. So that is I'm going to do tomorrow. First static I will finish, then I will ask that exercise. By heart this. You read this 10 days continuously. Then every word should be in your mind. Then why you will forget? These points are in mind and your coding will come very, very nicely. Trust me.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So string str, see that float x equal to, here what is the access modifier I used here?
Default.
Here, what is the access modifier I used?
Default.
Default. Sir.
Default. This is the outside the method. So, but access modifier is a default. Then data type is a float. Variable name is X. Value is 4.5. Here default modifier is used. Then data type is string. Variable name is str. Value is Java. So then method I am starting. See, access modifier, void, method name, parenthesis, curly bracket, method body. See that access modifier I given public. Void, method name M3. Okay. Then see local variable again. Method body inside I am declaring local variable starts here again. You can declare local variables, you can declare non-static variables. And tomorrow I'll explain static variables also. See, now where we declared A and B, can you tell me here, what is the local variable? What are the non-static variables in this line? What is the local variable in this highlighted line? What are the non-static variables in this line?
Sum is the local variable, sir. A plus B are non-static variable.
That's it, right? Where you declared A, B, outside the method,
Yes, sir.
and you are consuming here. You're using them here. And why other people are silent? You didn't understand what? Guys, you have to talk. Don't be silent. If you understand, okay. If you don't understand, tell me. I will tell again.
So understand.
Then why are you all silent then?
It's a bit confused actually. We are able to understand, but
Okay, so read and come back tomorrow. Okay, read and come back, and so tomorrow we'll see that. Okay, so
Okay,
I'll
sir.
explain more. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir.
So these two you need to be strong. Okay, yeah,
Okay, sir.
thank you.